Hi everyone, welcome back. I'm Moa aka Swedish Whiskey Girl, and today we're here with the green whiskey. So I've just done a video on Razi and their cask samples for the upcoming release of April 2021. But of course, I'm a little bit impatient and it is quite a long time to wait, so in the meantime, I'll be sipping something else. So this is also from the same company that owns Razi, R&B Distillers, and it is a green whiskey that consists of 50% wheat and 50% barley in their mash bill, and it's been matured in ex-bourbon casks, but then finished in Oloroso casks for 9 months. And those Oloroso casks were sherry hogsheads and is bottled at 46% ABV. And it's really interesting because they also have a few other expressions within the Tweeddale grain range, and they have a 28-year-old, which is delicious. I've been lucky enough to try it and it's really good. It actually has had a really good price recently as well, with some really good discounts on it. But the kind of most fascinating one is their peated grain, which I think might be the first peated Scotch grain whiskey ever. So really curious things that they're doing. And of course also worth saying that it is a single grain, so it's grain whiskies from one single distillery. And this is of course another one of all those different types of Scotch you can get. You can of course get single malt, you can get blended malt, you can get blended whiskey, then you can get single grain and blended grain. But this here is a single grain, meaning that all this whiskey is from one distillery. And of course, if you don't know what green whiskey is, it is whiskey that has either been made from 100% malted barley but distilled through a continuous still, or it's been made with other types of cereals in its mash bill. So like for example this one, which is 50% wheat and 50% barley. But you tend to always need a little bit of barley to get the enzymes, kind of kickstart the process so you can eventually get alcohol. And I mean, this is a category that not a lot of people tend to explore that much, but I would highly recommend it because there's some really good whiskey out there, especially if you like whiskies that are slightly on the sweeter side. We are of course going to have a little look on this whiskey, so let's start with the nose. This is such an interesting nose. It is grain whiskey and it has this kind of crisp sweetness that you tend to get from grain whiskies, but it's more towards like mango and tropical fruits. Usually it tends to be this kind of green fruits, pear drops, banana, but this is just a slightly more tropical. Maybe some banana in there, but more ripe banana than artificial. Maybe some kind of mango papaya fruitiness, that kind of tropical notes. It's very lovely on the nose, very kind of a little bit more kind of deeper than you would expect from a grain perhaps. So it might be those Oloroso notes bringing a little bit more kind of depth to it. So yeah, let's have a taste. Slangeva. I think this is a good example of how lovely a grain whiskey can be. It does have a little bit more depth and a little bit more, I don't know if I can say colour, than your standard grain whiskey. Standard grain whiskies tend to be, although they're lovely, they tend to be a little bit crisp and green or yellow and quite, which is of course how my brain works with colours and flavours, but just a little bit light and crisp and sweet and fresh. This one is slightly darker. It has that kind of tropical fruitiness instead of that really fresh fruitiness. And it's, yeah, a little bit more kind of mango-y. I love the oakiness as well. There's that kind of drying bitter tannins in the middle. But it goes really well with this kind of deep flavour. It is definitely more robust and it's definitely more kind of, it has a groundwork. It just feels very set. But it still has this green sweetness underneath, which is lovely, but it's not overpowering. I mean, I would probably guess if you gave me this blind that it's more towards a really fruity sweet single malt than it is a grain, but that might be because it's 50-50 wheat and barley. I like banana mango on the nose. It's like kind of nature vibe, almost that kind of oak pine notes. And it's these kind of golden red notes. It's almost a bit like mango and blackberry and some stewed fruits and a little bit of that oak tannins and almost a bit like coffee beans as well, like that coffee bean bitterness in the middle. It's lovely. I really like it, as you can probably tell. I would of course love to hear what you think of green whiskey. Have you tried the Tweeddale Grain of Truth? Have you tried the 28-year-old, or have you perhaps tried the peated grain? Or is there another grain whiskey that is your favourite? Of course, I'd be very, very happy if you want to leave a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel so you don't miss out on any of the videos I've planned coming soon. And of course, a massive thank you to my wonderful Patreons. You guys are amazing, and thank you so much for wanting to support me on my journey. But as always, I hope you'll all have a wonderful day. Slán Skål!